Here are the national flowers of each country in the United Kingdom. Have you ever wondered how these flowering plants You will learn describe the structure of flowers, explain what pollination is and how it takes place, identify different methods of pollination, explain what fertilization is and its process. Did you know a single bee can visit up to 5,000 flowers in a day?
Stamen male reproductive part of flowers. Pistil female reproductive part of flowers. Anther produces pollen. The male gametes filament supportive stalk that holds up the anther. Sepal protective structures, shielding the delicate reproductive organs within stamen. Sticky surface that captures pollen grain. Style long tube that connects the stigma to the ovary contains the ovules, which, once fertilized, will develop into seeds. Petals attract pollinators and shield the delicate parts inside. Pollination. What is it? Pollination, the process of transferring pollen grains from the male part, anther, of one flower to the female part, stigma, of another flower of the same species. Why is it important? It leads to seed formation, essential for plant growth and reproduction, and the production of fruits that humans can eat. Method of pollination. Examples: dandelion and grasses. Examples: roses, daisies, and sunflowers. By insect. Insects like bees and butterflies carry pollen from flower to flower while they collect nectar by wind. Wind can also carry pollen to other flowers. These pollen grains are lightweight and can be easily carried by the breeze. Process of pollination. Pollen production. The anther produces pollen, which contains the male reproductive cells, gametes, attracting pollinators. The flower may use its colorful petals, fragrance, or nectar to attract pollinators like bees, butterflies, or birds. Transfer of pollen. When a pollinator visits a flower for nectar or pollen, it brushes against the anther, picking up and carrying pollen grains on its body. Arrival at another flower. The pollinator moves to another flower of the same species, or a compatible one. Some of the previously collected pollen may rub off onto the stigma of the second flower. What is fertilization? A process by which the male and female reproductive cells, gametes, combine to initiate the development of a seed. Why is it important? It is essential for maintaining the diversity of plant species, the functioning of ecosystems, and food production. Process of fertilizations. The pollen on the stigma germinates and sends a pollen tube down into the flower's ovary. This tube delivers the male gametes to the ovule, where fertilization occurs. Seed formation. The ovule develops into a seed, and the flower's ovary matures into a fruit, enclosing the seed. Seed dispersal and germination. The mature fruit can be eaten by animals, carried by the wind, or float in water.
Thinking time. Can you propose one method by which non-flowering plants reproduce? Non-flowering plants like ferns, mosses, and algae release tiny reproductive structures called spores. These spores can be carried by wind or water to new locations, where they can grow into new plants.